Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions of Betcraft. Another very beautiful Tuesday morning, and once again we are back with our predictions. As usual, we always look at football games going on across the globe, and we make verdicts on each of these matches based on the recent results for each of these teams. Using those data, we always come up with the best possible verdicts, and that has been the case in recent days. We've been winning our matches, and yesterday and day before today, we have always won our games that we predicted here. So also, especially our VIP, we won also our VIP yesterday. So I always urge you to join our VIP special group, where you'll be having access to those games that we believe to have greater chance of coming out correctly. Why not join for a little token so that you have access to those wonderful packs that we have there. All right, without further ado, we head to the business of today, and today we start with the Champions League qualifying match, where we have, or rather, a club-friendly game, not the qualifying match. It's a club-friendly match where we have Salzburg will be up against the Karabakh, and in recent matches for those two sides, Salzburg managed to achieve 3 victories and 2 losses. They've also lost had one draw in the last 6 matches, and we said Karabakh have had 4 wins and 2 losses out of the last 6 games, and also from home, Salzburg have done bit well, winning 5 matches and 2 draws, and also losing 3 matches in the last 10 matches. And Karabakh, on the other hand, playing from away, have also been able to achieve reasonable, winning 7 games and drawing 2, as well as losing just 1 in the last 10 away matches that they had. So also, the last away game they had was against 20. It was a club friendly, and we saw Karabakh scoring 3 goals. It ended 3 goals to 2 in favor of Karabakh being from away on that very occasion. And for Salzburg, the last game that they had from home was in the league, where they won against Rapid Vienna by 4 goals to 2 on that very occasion. And here we're definitely leaning towards the goal side. Noting that the last games for both sides have actually resulted to a lot of goals, so we expect to see minimum of 3 goals in this very one. So it is an over 2.5. That's our value for that very encounter. And the next we have for you also in the club friendlies, we'll have Grazer AK, coming up against Zilina. MSK Zilina is a club friendly match, and when you look at these two sides, you can see Grazer 2 wins and 3 draws, as well as 1 loss. But Zilina losing the entire matches that they've had in the last 6 games. All right, that's that tells you that the side have been in poor form in recent time. And all right, when you look at how the system fared from home and away perspective, okay, you can see that Grazer, is a side who have not done very well. They only managed 2 victories in the last 10 home matches that they had so far, and they've also drawn 4, and have also lost 4 games out of the last 10 home matches that they had. Okay, and Zilina, on the other hand, managed to achieve 3 victories and a draw. They've also lost 6 games in the last 10 away matches. So away games, the last 10 away games, they lost a lot of games, and the last 4 away games that they had, so they're losing all 4 away games. That tells us Zilina is not, even though they are scoring, they have averaged a minimum of 2 goals and above in the last 4 away games that they had, yet they lost. So it means that they score as well as concede a lot. So, and we'll put all those factors together, we still expect to see a lot of goals in this very one against Grazer. So it is a minimum of 3 goals and over 2.5. That's our verdict for that very one. All right, and we head to the next for today. It is now the UEFA Champions League qualifying match in the second leg, where we have Skendija, who will be coming up against TNS. And we know that Skendija in the last 6 have seen them winning 2 matches and drawing 3 and losing 1. And TNS, on the other hand, have won 3 games and drawn 3 in the last 6 matches. Not lost any single match. All right, when you look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, Skendija is a side that won 7 matches and a draw. They've lost 2 games out of the last 10 home matches. And the away side, on the other hand, TNS have managed to achieve 7 victories also, and drawing 2 matches and losing 1 in the last 10 away matches. And the last meeting between the 2 sides was a 0-0 draw. The first leg of this very tie saw both of them playing out a 0-0 draw. On that occasion, TNS playing from home, and here Skendija is playing from home, and we are going with the home side to achieve a result here, and we expect to see Skendija either winning or drawing and under 4.5. Okay, that's all valid for that very game. All right, and we head to the next for today. All right, it is in UEFA Champions League match once again, where we have Rigas FS will be up against Levadia of Estonia. Okay, for Livas in the last 6 games, I've seen them winning 6 games out of 6. They've been a side that actually have done so very well. And Levadia, on the other hand, have won 5 matches and losing 1 in the last 6 games that they had so far. All right, and when you take a look at how the two teams perform from home and away perspective, you can see Rigas FC, winning 9 matches in the last 10 matches. Okay, they've also lost 1 out of those. And for Levadia, the away side, it is 6 victories and 1 draw, as well as 3 losses in the last 10 away games that they had so far. All right, and when you look at how when you look at the scoring also, you can see that Levadia, in the last 3 away games, I've seen the scoring minimum of 2 goals in the last 3 away matches that they had. But on head-to-head basis, remember, this is very tight. This is actually the second leg of this very tight. We saw them playing the first leg last week, and the second leg, and the first leg was Rigas FS, who actually won on that very occasion by 1-0. But here, Rigas FC playing from home once again, we still expect them to score. We still do expect to see minimum of 2 goals occurring here. So we are going with over 1.5. That's our value for this very one. Okay, over 1.5. That's what to expect. Okay, and that will lead us to the next for today. It is in UEFA Champions League once again, where we have a Breidablik will be up against Egnatia. Okay, and Breidablik have won 3 matches in the last 6, and we've seen them also drawing 2 as well as losing 1. And the away side have had 3 victories out of the last 6 games that they have so far. Also 3 draws. And when you take a look at how the two teams fared from home and away perspective, you can see Breidablik is a side who have actually won 6 matches and drawn 2 games in the last 10 home matches. They've also lost 2 out of those matches. And the away side, on the other hand, have managed to achieve 5 victories and 2 draws in the last 10 away matches. Also, they've lost 3 games. All right, the last away game they had, sort of winning against Peru, that was club friendly on that very occasion. So remember, this is actually the second tie for this very second leg for this very tie, and there was the away side in Egnatia who actually won in the first meeting, and we expect Breidablik, the Iceland side, who is playing from home in this very encounter, to achieve a result. We do not expect them to lose outright, so we expect a win or draw for the home side and under 4.5. That's our verdict for that very game. All right, and that concludes it for us today on Betcraft. And remember, the rest of the predictions will be on our VIP special group. Don't able to join so you don't miss out. All right, wish you the very best of luck, and hope your ticket goes great. Tomorrow is another day. Remember to play responsibly. As football matches sometimes may not be exactly what it seems. All right, but until tomorrow, you'll keep winning.